We go back to the WhatsApp here. Oh, shoot. Bartolo Fuentes is one of the activists and political figures that has been leading and supporting and propagandizing a lot of what this exodus from Honduras represents. He's tried to wash his hands of it. He's worked very closely with the smugglers. Obviously, you know what I think of this dude, and I featured him in past shows. I've been following his page because he is sharing all the propaganda, and it seems like a lot of the conversation in WhatsApp are linked to what he is talking about. And this particular interview with this lady was very interesting. I didn't get a chance to translate the whole thing for you. I'm going to try to do that now because it's very scripted. He shared it on his page. It was one of the interviews that was in the WhatsApp chat that I shared with you guys yesterday. And then I found it on Bartolo Fuentes' page, and he says, this is from the southern border. Gerardo Chavez is with the migrant caravan, and I'm assuming Gerardo Chavez is this radio announcer for Radio Informa. I can't remember what their name is. Let's see if I can find it on here. Well, anyway, he'll say it in a minute here. But this platform is very pro-caravan. Everywhere that they show up and do reports, ever since the first caravans came through, they are incredibly, supportive of the caravan. And I think that it's to a fault that they're supportive of the caravan, because one of the ways in which you are misled by the media is by the lack of information about how this is affecting Mexico, how this will affect the United States. What capacity do either countries have at their borders to process thousands of people in one day? None. Nobody does. Thank you, Deb. That's right.
¿Qué tal? ¿Cómo está?
Pues gracias a Dios bien hasta este momento.
¿De dónde viene usted?
Yo vengo de Honduras.
How are you? Where are you from?
¿Cómo ha estado la situación?
I'm from Olancho.
Una situación bastante dura y buenas noches a todos los medios. Bueno,
It's been a difficult journey. Good evening to all of the media platforms.
a los que realmente por primera vez desde que nosotros ingresamos allá, pues se han interesado.
Especially to those who have, for the first time, actually put attention on what is
Por querer escuchar y querer ver cuál es la situación.
what's really going on with us and trying to really find out what's happening to us.
A mi familia que siento pena, sale de su lugar, conocemos los riesgos. Claro que no es esa la fe.
I feel sorry for my family back home. Embarrassed for my family back home, but when we leave our country, we assume the risks.
Pero definitivamente nosotros decimos, vamos dispuestos a morir en el intento o Dios nos guarda y nos ayuda. Amigos, no sé qué me...
And we say that we are ready to give our lives in an attempt to reach the United States, or God will help us.
Medios son ustedes, pero si
Somos
ustedes...
Radio Progreso.
Bueno.
De Progreso yo lo digo.
Buenas noches a Radio Progreso. No voy a dar mi nombre y deseara que siquiera me pudieran ver, pero que...
She says, I don't know what media platform you are. I think that's a total lie. I think she totally knows what media platform she's talking to. It's the most progressive and pro-caravan media platform from Honduras. So you know who they are. Don't play stupid. Also, it says so right on his microphone. There it is.
Sé que lo van a hacer y a las
But she says, I know people, I'm not going to give my name. I know people are watching.
personas que lo están viendo, solo les pido de por favor que no se preocupen si han habido accidentes, hemos tenido contratiempos muy serios, pero tenemos la fe.
We just ask that the people watching know that we are not, that they don't worry about us, even if they see that we are having accidents. We are also having problems advancing.
Dios que a pesar de todo, toda esta situación se va a revolver. Se va a resolver. ¿Por qué razón?
But despite all of that, we feel that everything will resolve itself. And why?
Porque si habían tantas cámaras y tantos medios cubriendo la caravana de la
Because if there are so many media outlets covering what's happening to the caravan,
esperanza de amor, Dios es amor.
the caravan of hope and love, God is love,
2020,
2020, that's the name of the caravan. That's how they named their caravan. The Caravan of Love and Hope, God is Hope 2020. Okay?
se pueden dar cuenta que nosotros no portábamos más
Please,
que una
don't send me
oración.
messages right now, folks. I'm doing a live stream. Any messages you send me will pop up on my live stream and be available for everyone to read unless I can shut them down really quick. And it's hard to do. My mouse battery is not that great right now. I wouldn't take a risk if I was you. So please refrain from sending me messages, especially if you're watching this live stream right now. Let folks know I'm live, share my live stream out. And this is the way that I can do the show right now. So please refrain from messaging me until I have finished my live stream. I can't answer you right now anyway.
Que una plegaria a Dios. Y pedimos perdón a
We are making a plea to God, she said.
México por ellos entender
And I am also asking the Mexican people to forgive us and to be understanding
nuestras necesidades como que si fuéramos militares de guerra.
of our needs and not treat us like if we were military from a war.
Porque ustedes ven una cosa, nosotros acá nos estamos enfrentando como que fuera de país a país, no
We are here having confrontations, if you're paying attention, as if we're fighting country to country.
como seres humanos que tenemos derechos de ser
And not as human beings who have the right to be respected.
no tratados de perros y mucho menos de cerdos.
Not being treated like dogs or worse, like pigs.
Y aún así no hemos faltado el respeto a ellos de ninguna manera.
And despite their treatment of us in those ways, we have not disrespected them.
Juventud inmadura, lo entiendo, lo
Sure, there are some immature youth amongst us. I understand that.
comprendo. No todos pensamos iguales, pero si ustedes
And not everyone thinks the same way.
medios de comunicación pueden ver, se pueden dar cuenta, y si alguien tiene una prueba que alguno de
But if you're watching in your media, then you can find out. And if there's anyone here that has proof
nosotros portaba
that any of us is carrying anything,
un tolete, una piedra,
a stick, a rock,
algo que pudiera servir para agredir a
anything that could be used to assault
un compañero que lo
another,
demuestre y que lo pruebe en estos
show it and prove it now,
momentos.
in this moment.
Luego de eso nosotros estuvimos
She pauses for 2 seconds and then she just keeps going. And so I have proven my point, you know.
en el puente porque quisimos hacer las cosas bien.
And we were on that bridge. We were crossing the bridge because we were trying to do things right.
Quisimos entrar por la vía legal. Quisimos que se nos abriera el portón.
We wanted to come in the legal way and we wanted them to open the gates to Mexico for us.
De México. Pero ¿qué pasa? Nosotros tenemos la información.
But what happened? Well, we have the information.
El gobierno mexicano ofrece empleos para los hondureños,
The Mexican government offered jobs for the Hondurans,
para los salvadoreños, para los nicaragüenses, pero
for the Nicaraguans, and for the Salvadorians.
eso es todo falso, es una vil mentira. ¿Saben
That was all false. It was just a bald-faced lie.
por qué? Porque nuestros compañeros que están adentro han sido solamente engañados porque
You know why? Because our friends that are in there, they were lied to.
Que los han metido de 20 en 20 y solamente son encerrados como animales.
They have taken them in 20 people at a time, and all they do is cage them like animals.
En carros de alta seguridad y de ahí solo son
They take them away in high security vehicles, and then from there,
metidos a sus buses y deportados sin nuestro consentimiento
they are put on buses and deported without our consent
a nuestro país. Cuando tenemos derecho de buscar
back to our country, when we have the right to seek
una mejor oportunidad de
better job opportunities.
empleo.
No, that's not a right. Excuse me, lady. That is not your right. You don't have the right to violate the sovereignty of other countries because you want to seek better job opportunities. Where did she get this idea? Oh, wait. The United Nations Pact of Immigration. Who gave her that idea? Oh, wait. It was the United Nations. And you know, all of the countries that signed on for this nonsense.
Yo le digo hoy al mexicano, al pueblo mexicano.
Okay, this is going to infuriate Mexicans. If you're a Mexican and you are watching this, trigger alert, this woman is about to piss you off, okay? She's like, and now to the Mexican people, I am speaking to you. Or you are yelling at us. What would you like to say, lady?
En general, hay tantos mexicanos en nuestro país que
There's a lot of Mexicans in our country. She means in Honduras.
yo les digo, son muchos.
And I'll tell you, it's a lot of them.
Y que si aquí hubiera uno y que dijera, para nosotros ha sido una honra, ha sido un orgullo poder tener.
And if there's somebody here that could vouch for it, they would say that for us as Hondurans, it has been an honor and it has been a privilege
Un mexicano en nuestro país.
to host Mexicans in our country.
Y yo deseara que hubiera un mexicano aquí que dijera, un hondureño me recibió mal.
And I would like to hear from a Mexican, a single Mexican here that would say that Hondurans treated them badly when they were received poorly by Hondurans when they came to our country.
Un hondureño me agredió.
Or a Honduran assaulted me.
Jamás de la vida siempre han gozado de
That never would happen. You have always enjoyed
nuestro respeto.
our respect.
Si por lo que nosotros caemos mal al mundo entero es por la pobreza, por la
The reason that people around the world hate us is only because of our poverty.
precaria. ¿Sabe quién es el único responsable aquí? Y hoy se lo voy a contar mi
Do you know who the only responsible person is and out of all of this?
historia. Se llama Juan Orlando Hernández Alvarado. Y quieren que
His name is Juan Orlando Hernández Alvarado. That's the dictator in Honduras.
les diga algo. Si fueran de verdaderamente países y
And you want me to tell you something? If they were really countries,
hermanos, como se dicen llamar,
if you were really brother and sister countries like you call yourselves, she's talking to the Mexicans again,
estuvieran con nosotros,
then you would be helping us,
apoyándonos
supporting us
en esta causa.
in our cause.
Pero ¿cuál es el apoyo que recibimos? Únicamente insultos.
But what is the support we're getting from the Mexicans? Only insults.
Los señores, como les digo, militares, tanto aquí
And all these military men and all these
no hay
military men.
policía, solo está el ejército, la
All we see is the police. All we see is the military,
Guardia Nacional.
the National Guard.
Pero están con palos, que lo muestren por favor a la cámara, como de la manera que están armados y nos
Why don't you use their camera to show that all of these men are armed?
nosotros aquí humildemente permanecemos en su país,
And we are here humbly staying in your country.
pero no deben de decir que no buscamos una vía. Quieren
But they shouldn't be saying that we're not seeking a way.
saber si esto les consuela y les da alegría o quizás le conmueva el corazón al presidente.
And I want to know if this it gives them some kind of pleasure or joy. Will this move the heart of the president of Mexico?
Mexicanos saben cuál ha sido nuestro alimento, tanto de mujeres
Do you know what we have been eating?
como hombres y niños.
Men, women, and children alike?
Solamente lo que el pueblo guatemalteco nos ha brindado.
Only what the Guatemalan people have been willing to feed us.
¿Saben por qué? Porque esos sí son dignos de llamarlos hermanos.
You know why? Because those people, in other words, Guatemalans, are truly worthy of calling themselves our brothers and sisters.
Eso sí les queda grande la palabra de decir los hermanos
That name fits them well, brothers and sisters.
hondureños. Pero el pueblo mexicano solo los ha demostrado repudio,
But the Mexican people have only showed us repudiation,
maldad y
evil,
otra cosa.
and something else.
Desgraciadamente, México tampoco tiene presidente
Sadly, Mexico doesn't have a president either.
porque también es dominado por un presidente de Estados Unidos.
Because he is dominated by the U.S. president.
Porque desde allá vienen las órdenes para que nosotros seamos recibidos
Because that's where the orders are really coming from.
así. Y no
On how to receive us.
venimos a pedir, creo que México, si Guatemala dice que hemos pedido, lo aceptamos. Pero si México dice que hemos pedido una moneda,
And we haven't asked Mexico for anything. Guatemala could say that they have supported us, but Mexico cannot say that they have given us a dime.
es una mentira.
And if they do that, it's a lie.
No hemos venido a afectar porque
We haven't come here to affect you.
si nos dan un peso, no afectamos su economía.
If
No
you give
agredimos
us a plate of food, it's not going to affect your economy.
nada. O sea, entonces yo
In
no
other words,
puedo entender cuál es la situación.
I don't understand what the situation.
Otra de las cosas, pueden decir, les voy a decir algo.
Something else I want to tell you.
Honduras se supone que es un país seguro. Sí,
Supposedly, Honduras is a secure country.
es seguro, pero un camino a la muerte.
All it is a sure path to death.
Pero no hay vida, no hay seguridad, no tenemos medicina, no
There is no life there. There is no security. We have no medicine.
tenemos absolutamente nada.
We have absolutely nothing.
Solamente hay corrupción, impunidad,
There's only corruption, impunity,
robo,
theft,
pandillas, que es lo
gangs.
que no tenemos en nuestro país. Pero le voy a contar algo.
That's what we
Yo
have in
me
our
gasté
country.
lo único que tenía. Día 20 de noviembre.
I stopped. Stupid buffering. Make sure to share this, folks. Nobody wants me to document this because nobody else is doing it, but I'm doing it, and you should save it and share it. I'm sure all this stuff will disappear.
Documentos en todas partes. No sé si ustedes aquí tienen que pagar por ir a sacar un antecedente penal.
I don't know if you guys have to go, if you have to pay money to get a criminal background check paperwork.
Ir a sacar una foto. Van a pedir
Or to go and get a picture taken.
todos los documentos, antecedentes policiales. Si nosotros que
And that's what they want from us. They want all this documentation.
buscamos trabajo, necesitamos generar ingresos, pero nos
We need jobs. We need to generate income.
quita el gobierno lo poquito que
And our government steals what little we make.
conseguimos, porque son cientos de miles sacando esos papeles. Se
And it costs hundreds of thousands to get all that documentation.
vencen, tienen 1 año y 6 meses de durabilidad.
And then they are only vigentes. I can't think in English now. They expire basically after a year. So the documents are only good when you get a copy. They're only good for like a year.
Y se vencen y no tenemos todavía un empleo.
And we still don't have a job.
¿Cómo es posible que Honduras es un país seguro?
Why are they saying Honduras is a secure country?
Tenemos la canasta básica, no tenemos acceso a ella. ¿Por qué no tenemos
Most people can't afford basic living expenses.
acceso a ella? Solo tenemos acceso a un huevo apenas, a una libra de frijoles,
We can barely afford a pound of beans and an egg,
el aceite por no comer sancochado.
a little bit of oil so that your food doesn't burn.
Y muchas veces nos conformamos con comer un tiempo. Y si somos bendecidos, 2 al día.
And some of us only eat once a day, and if we're really blessed, twice a day.
Pero si usted va y le pregunta a Juan Orlando Hernández, tenemos una vida mejor.
But if you asked our president, Juan Orlando Hernández, we have a better life.
Y Juan Orlando Hernández, si me está viendo, tengo un primer grado, no soy ni siquiera una
And if you're watching me, Mr. President, I have not even finished first grade.
persona estudiada, pero tengo la capacidad de poder
I did not study, but I have the capacity
ver todos los que nosotros vemos.
to see everything we see.
Y yo le digo una cosa, solamente se ha preocupado por combatir el narcotráfico,
All he has done is to try to fight against narco trafficking.
pero ¿a dónde nos ha dejado a nosotros en el abandono?
Where has he left the rest of the country? Abandoned.
Es lo único que se ha interesado. Nosotros, él no sabe si comemos, si vestimos,
That's all he cares about. He doesn't care about whether or not we have clothes or food,
si tenemos medicina
if we have
y
medicine,
pagamos un seguro
if we have insurance.
social de casi 500
We have to pay 500 lempiras into Social Security.
lempiras al mes y no
Monthly.
tenemos ni una acetaminofén, solamente
And we don't even get an acetaminophen for that.
una receta y si tiene cómprela y si no tampoco
You only get one script, and if you have money to buy the medicine, you can, and if you don't, you don't.
lo haga.
Muchas gracias.
Yo solo le hago un llamado de último y
I'm making a call out.
tengo mucho más que decir,
I have a lot more to say. Please don't.
pero sé que los medios tienen un costo, no son gratis.
But I also know the media costs money. It's not free.
Pero solo quiero decirle al presidente de México y a Juan Orlando Hernández que si no tienen un poquito de conciencia
Both to hit her president in Honduras and the Mexican president.
de piedad, de misericordia de los niños
Have empathy and mercy of the children,
afectados,
that are
de los
affected.
niños gaseados,
the children that have been gassed with tear gas,
de los niños apedreados.
the children that have been hit with rocks.
El que de eso no tiene misericordia para nadie.
If you have no mercy for that, you have no mercy at all.
Y solamente les digo una cosa, solo pidamos a Dios porque
We must ask God.
entre más débiles, yo sé que Dios va a fortalecer nuestros espíritus.
The weaker we are, the stronger the fortification from God is for our spirits.
Y nuestro estómago no va a perecer de hambre porque dice la palabra.
And we shall not feel hunger because the word of God says,
Y no he visto justo desamparado ni su descendencia que mendigue pan.
and I have not seen just people who are left without covering
Gracias.
or
Muchas
that
gracias.
they
Muchas gracias.
that suffer hunger. That was a freaking performance. People are clapping. Are you listening?
Población hondureña que integra.
Did you hear that?
Que de eso no tiene misericordia para
Clapping.
nadie. Y solamente les digo una cosa,
La caravana 2020.
porque entre más dice la palabra,
La caravana 2020. La caravana 2000. Población hondureña que integra.
You hear
la
that?
caravana.
It's a show. Let's go back to the WhatsApp chat. Okay. The pressure of the caravan, also from Bartolo Fuentes' page, folks. I just want to show